So today's product review is going to be on the Core Essentials Trakline Everyday Carry Belt. Core Essentials was kind enough to reach out to me and send me a product for me to review, so here we are. So first off, I'll give you a quick introduction. I do like to feel out the customer service of a new company that I'm not familiar with, and them actually reaching out to me gave me an opportunity to do that. When they asked me what I would like to use, I gave them the necessary information to make an informed decision. I like to see how well the manufacturer is in touch with the conditions and needs of the person whom will be utilizing their product. So, the parameters I gave them when they asked, I wear a size 34 waist pair of pants. I generally carry full-sized handguns or close to it. I use outside the waist primarily holsters. When I use inside the waist, it's the 2-point hybrid holster. I generally carry spare magazines, and my guns are equipped with accessories like flashlights. Okay, those are the general parameters that I gave them. I also told them I'd be carrying every day, and I generally wear an overgarment when I choose to conceal outside the waist holsters. So we'll take a look at what they sent me. I have been using this product for about a week, so it's not as you would see when it shows up to your door, but I'll give you kind of a quick unboxing. So it shows up in a box like this. It's like an 8x8x2 or whatever. And inside, you'll have your belt, which will come in a piece of plastic, your buckle, which will come in a piece of bubble wrap. They gave me a belt sleeve protector, which is nice of them to include. However, I'm not hanging any like metal sharp objects like the clip of a tape measure on it, so I really don't have much of a use for this unless there is another intended purpose, which they would be kind enough to let me know. A quick little brochure of their products. I know everything's backwards. I'm looking at my screen reverse on my phone while I'm filming. So cute little brochure and a shipping list of everything included. In this case, I got an X3 buckle in a black leather gun belt, a belt hanger. It did come with a plastic coat hanger to hang the belt on. As a matter of fact, there it is. Figured I better show it to you. So that's what it came with, and this is what they sent me. This is, by my measurements, 1 7/16 inches wide, a little under 3/16 of an inch thick, and it came all the way up to like 42 waist size. And what you do is you take the reason they ship the belt and the buckle separately, you're meant to use the measurements to size it to yourself, and then it clips on right here with the simple snap of this this camming type switch. It's got some teeth on it that grab the end of the belt. As far as long-term, how well that works out, I haven't had that long enough to give you an honest answer, but I will say before I film this review, I did look up long-term reviews of this product and the type of buckle they use. I have not yet found a complaint of somebody who said this failed on them. So I will say I have confidence in their longevity. I just don't have any experience with it yet. So that's my intro for this particular product. It's made by Core Essentials. They call it the Trakline. The reason they call it that is because on the back you have 1/4-inch teeth, similar to what you would see on the pawl of a ratchet, and it lives in unity with this spring-loaded tooth on the buckle of the belt, and that's how you're able to adjust this in 1/4-inch increments. I will say it's a very innovative idea, and I really like that. The reason I like it so much is because I wear different sized handguns with different sized holsters. And when I wear different belts that have limited adjustment, it's often hard to find just the right place. This has not failed me yet on finding just the right tension. So good on them for that innovative idea. As far as the construction itself, I can't really quite tell what's in here, but I know it's some kind of a core belt. I'm guessing since it's very flexible, it's some kind of polymer or Kydex. So that having been said, that is the actual belt for you. I will go ahead and go over for you the 4 expectations that I have in a waistline belt. So the first thing I expect them to be is durable. By durable, I mean as far as the quality of the material, the stitching, and the buckle. I mentioned before my worry about this coming apart one day, and I'm not too nervous about that. So your belt shouldn't fail in any way. So the other thing, so that's the first thing. It should be durable, and things shouldn't fall apart, come apart, break, wear out in any sort of short time period. Second thing, it should be rigid. When I say rigid, I'm talking about holding its shape. It should be difficult, if it's a core belt, it should be difficult to twist. If it's a gun belt, it should be difficult to sag. In other words, that didn't, you could see it bent downward. That's kind of a camera illusion there. I'm not actually bending this sideways. If I try it like this, I can't actually do it. So it should be laterally stable. It should be horizontally stable. So in other words, if you take the belt and hold it out like this, it shouldn't just flop down. And I'll demonstrate that in a few seconds, what I'm actually talking about. So the general 3 directions of force that a belt would experience while holding on to something other than your pants. A belt intended for the design should be able to resist those forces. It should be flexible. Now that the rigid and flexible things seem to contradict. I'm not saying it should be able to overcome the forces that, or I'm not saying it shouldn't be able to overcome the forces that I mentioned a second ago. I'm saying that the actual shape of the belt should be able to accommodate things that you put inside or outside of your pants. If you have a holster that's got a certain shape over the top, in other words, like you maybe use a hybrid holster and it's got to go over the, it's got to follow the shape of the holster and your waistline without harsh transitions, it should be flexible enough to do that task. So it should be flexible this way, not this way. That makes sense? And they should, the fourth thing I expect out of a belt, it should be suited to the task at hand. So in other words, if somebody sends me a dress belt, it should look good and match what I ordered it for. If somebody sends me a work belt, it should be sturdy and capable of supporting general working tools. If somebody sends me a duty belt, it should be capable of supporting a certain amount of weight all around its circumference in different duty type products. If somebody sends me a gun belt, it should be suitable for holding a gun of the size and weight that it's intended for, in the way that it's intended to be carried. So those are the 4 things I expect out of a belt: durable, rigid, flexible, and task intended. Those are the 4 things I really expect. So having said that, we'll go over a couple of things with some pre-existing belts that I already own, and I'll show you kind of some of the shortcomings of these so you kind of get what I'm talking about. So first thing is going to be the classic Walmart work belt, kind of the, yeah. So if we go over the 4 points of interest here, is it durable? Not really. I mean, this hole is almost completely torn in half. The pin on this buckle is bent. It's not durable. Is it rigid? No. In no way, shape, form, or fashion is this rigid at all. Is it flexible? Yeah, it's flexible. Fine. Is it task intended? Well, I guess if I'm just wearing this to keep my pants up, sure. But I bought the, Walmart advertises this one as a work belt. I can't even comfortably hang a tape measure off of it. So no, it's not task intended. Another one, just your everyday suit or tuxedo, formal dress belt. Okay, this one's actually reversible for brown or black. Okay, the buckle comes and does that. That's kind of cool. But anyway, is it durable? No. It's just this weird, crappy plastic material with no stitching whatsoever. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's not durable, and considering this buckle's only held on by this little 1/16 of an inch thick little stupid threaded pin that's almost completely backed out, no, it's not durable. Is it rigid? Nah. In terms of maybe the sideways bending, it's a little rigid, but you know what? I can still take and all day long move this around however I want. Is it flexible? Yeah, most of them are going to be flexible. I'll give it that. Is it task intended? Well, it's intended to hold up dress pants, and it does that, so I'll give that to him. Now, we come up to this one in particular is the Hanks belt, and this is what I consider to be among the best outside of core belt. This one, I suppose, is kind of the grand royale of non-core unimaterial gun belts. Okay, so this is kind of my at the very least baseline. This one holds the minimum expectations that I would look for in, let's say, a gun belt for heavy duty use. So is it durable? Very. Matter of fact, it comes with a 100-year warranty. Is it rigid? Both this way? Yeah. Can I twist it? A little bit. Is it flexible? Matter of fact, it is. And is it task intended? Does it do what it's supposed to do? Well, it's a heavy-duty concealed carrier's belt, so it's meant to conceal and be comfortable with full-sized handguns in a concealed fashion outside of things like duty rigs and things like that. So does it do that? Yes, actually it does it pretty well. So that's kind of my baseline. So having said all of that, let's go on and move to the Trakline and see how they did. So this is the belt they sent me with the parameters that I gave them. Is it durable? Just judging by this, the particular type of stitching that they used, kind of that offset little bit of a Z pattern that they used, the thread seems to be some sort of, I don't want to say Kevlar, but it's some kind of Flemish twist type of suture. In other words, the construction of the thread's got a Flemish twist about it. Those are generally very strong, okay? This is not something you'd make on an everyday sewing machine. Like I said, I did some research on people with some longevity reports on the belt buckle. They said it stacks up just fine. So is it durable? Yeah, I'm going to say it is. I'm going to go out on a limb and say yes, I do believe this is in fact durable. Is it rigid? Well, can I bend it sideways a little bit? A little bit, not much. Can I give it a twist? You know, with just a couple of fingers? Reasonably. So, can I hold it out? Yeah. So, is it rigid? Is as rigid as you can expect from the construction of this? It is. Yeah, I'll give them that. Is it flexible? Reasonably. This is about as tightly as I can bend it to where I can actually, if I did it too close like this, I can't do that snaky thing I was doing a second ago. So this is about as tight as I can go and still get away with having some reasonable motion out of it. So it is reasonably flexible. Is it task intended? Well, that's where we get into a little bit of a gray area. And this is not actually going to be a negative thing on their behalf, but hear me out. If it was intended for the task that I use it for, I would go out on a limb and say not quite. The reason I say that is because I carry, again, full-sized handguns with accessories and sometimes reloads. So, outside the waist, large, heavy stuff. Is it perfect for that? No. But you know what? There's a specific intended purpose of this belt. This belt, as advertised to me by Core Essentials themselves, is, and you can read this on their website, is a belt for an everyday concealed carrier. That is somebody who carries either inside or outside the waist, generally outside the waist 2-point or inside the waist single or 2-point holsters, who carry reasonably moderate-sized handguns and not much bigger than that, don't carry tons and tons of equipment on their person at all times, and use this outside of that task to hold their pants up. Does this excel at that? Absolutely. Yes, it absolutely excels in its intended field. If I carried an inside the waist moderately sized gun, is it perfect? Yes, it is. If I carried appendix, is it perfect because of how slim this belt buckle is? Does this print out against my shirt? No, it does not. Does this leave a big donut around my waist when I wear a t-shirt that's a little too tight? No, it does not. So, is this perfect for your everyday carrier who carries a reasonable handgun? Absolutely it is. It is absolutely perfect for that task. It goes above and beyond. Not only is it perfect for that task, it almost so close is good for what I use it for that I can comfortably carry the gun in this configuration that I showed you a moment ago. This is a 5-inch M&P, chambered 9mm, carries 17+1. I carry a TLR7 flashlight on it, and I use a Sake Holsters 2-point outside the waist pancake style holster. I also generally carry a set of reloads on, again, a pancake style double magazine carrier. If you're interested in these, I have a review for them as well. It works beautifully for that. Now, let's say I carried a couple reloads and my Beretta 92 with the TLR7 with the same type of holster in the steel frame, about the same size gun. Is it good for this? Not really. It sags a little bit, it twists a little bit, the belt digs into my pelvis just a little bit when I carry this particular gun. So it seems to be more to me about the type of holster and the weight of the gun that you have, not so much the size. So is it almost good for everything that I do? Yes. Is it perfect for everything that I do? No. But I will absolutely say, again, for clarification, is this for its intended purpose? Absolutely above and beyond a wonderful, excellent product. Yes, it is. Absolutely. If you carry a PX4 Storm Compact, if you carry a Glock 19 even, if you carry a, Springfield Hellcat, if you carry a Smith M&P Shield, and you carry inside the waist or a 2-point outside the waist, even if you carry a J-frame revolver in a single point, old school, leather outside the waist holster, is this supportive of that? Yes, it is, in more ways than one. This is perfect for its intended purpose. Absolutely. So, the grade I would give this for its intended purpose, A+ and beyond. The grade I would give to it for what I do with it, B-, I guess. Like I said, it depends on the weight of the gun. I carry stuff a little bit outside of the parameters that they give for this. As a matter of fact, their website specifies that this is for mid-sized to compact handguns. They have other belts that are for full-sized or heavier handguns. However, this does the job almost good. So, did it go above and beyond? Absolutely. Yes, this is an awesome product. Having said that, I'm not just BSing you to make sales for these guys, although I will say that in the link in the description, there is a description of this product that's more detailed than what I've given, and there's a promo code that gives you 10% off discount if you choose to go buy one. So, I'm not just saying that to BS you guys and to make sales. This is how much I do believe in this product for its intended purpose. This box is not open, although will be in a second. I liked this product so well after they sent me one to try it, I went out with my own money and I bought one. The reason I bought one is because I have a family member who carries in the parameters that I set forth earlier that belt is perfect for. I believe that they need one of these for Christmas because it's such a perfect product for that intended use. So I went and spent my own money to buy one, and it came. I kind of wish it came with the hanger, but it didn't. It came with the brochure, a little advertisement card, the belt in the plastic, and the buckle in the bubble wrap. So, do I like this product? Do I believe in it? Absolutely, yes, I do. If you meet the parameters that I set forth earlier, if you are an everyday carrier who dresses nicely, who carries reasonably sized handguns that don't weigh a whole ton, and you want an everyday carry belt that's comfortable and satisfactory and durable and withstands the test of time and is adjustable to your heart's content, absolutely. The Core Essentials Trakline belt is the belt for you. Again, in the description, better description than what I gave, and a discount code for 10% off. Please go and make your next purchase to Core Essentials. I would encourage you to. They were so kind to me and sent me this product to review at no cost to me. I do appreciate them for that. Now, I will say before I go, it's kind of a challenge I'll set forth for these guys. If you think you have a belt in your line of products that would be perfect for stuff like this, combined with stuff like this, if you think you have something that will stack up against my 1 3/4 by 5/16 of an inch thick top grain leather Hanks belt, Core Essentials, if you think you have something that will stack up against this, even if it's not the leather look that I typically prefer, I will use it, I will review it, and I will give an honest feedback on it. And if it stacks up to be as good or better than my Hanks gun belt, I will exclusively use it from here on out. If you think you have something that stacks up against my Hanks, please contact me. I would love to try it.